It seems like nowadays whenever I'm browsing for turn-based RPGs that a lot of opinion pieces on the internet tend to talk down on the genre and consider it to be nothing but a relic of the past. When I look at recommendation videos for games of this specific genre, the common practice is to also recommend retro turn-based RPGs, since nowadays there aren't as many turn-based games coming out as there are action-adventure RPGs or tactical RPGs. I think one of the key factors of this happening is the sheer age of the genre itself, which tends to rub off on people in a negative way, seeing as all turn-based RPGs used to be padded out with nonsense grind sections and random encounters that completely removed any hopes for a focus on quality of life. One thing I genuinely love is watching people that complain about how turn-based RPGs are boring, but then proceed to buy Pokemon every year, which, guess what, is still a turn-based RPG. Well, it seems that in recent years the seas are shifting because we are getting some really amazing classic-inspired turn-based RPGs, some of which I have played and some of which I haven't, but I can pretty strongly and confidently say they are absolute bangers. One I've been playing recently is Chained Echoes, which I have to say is coming close to being one of the best games I've played in the past 5 to 6 years. Chained Echoes is a turn-based RPG that was made by one guy who managed to blow every single one of my expectations out of the park. The game focuses on quality of life and doesn't make you grind a single battle, has no random encounters and lets you focus only on the fun parts of it. I don't want to go too much in depth into Chained Echoes as I want to make a video just on this game, but I just have to say that for one person making this game and it getting a 91 on Metacritic, you have to imagine how good the game is. Take it from me, it has my seal of approval. The soundtrack, the art style, the story are also top notch, which makes it a cream of the crop game which released really recently and seems to have flown through a lot of people's radars, which is a shame. Speaking about modern games, recreating the feeling of a classic turn-based RPG we can't not talk about is Octopath Traveler, which, don't get me wrong, it has some things wrong with it since the story can get quite dull at times, but I think overall it is a really solid franchise with some interesting mechanics to its name. I have only played Octopath Traveler 1 and not Octopath Traveler 2, and I think just the art style alone is something that makes this game worth a purchase. As much as people like to meme on Square Enix, I think the 2.5D style fits perfectly with the genre and it gives it a new light that it much deserved. Combat in the Octopath series is more generic when compared to Chain Echoes, but you can still have a lot of fun with it. Octopath 2 seems to be getting more positive reviews than 1, which is really good seeing as they might be learning from their mistakes with 1, but if we are talking about new age turn-based RPGs, Octopath has to be there. Last but not least, I have to talk about Sea of Stars, which has been taking the world by storm with his beautiful pixel art and innovative gameplay, which has been taking the world by storm on Twitter and even made it to cover of Game Informer before the game even coming out. Sea of Stars, like the other games shown in this video, is another attempt at recreating, whilst innovating, the traditional SNES turn-based RPGs. And from the responses they have been receiving for the Nintendo Switch demo they released, I can bet you this one is going to be amazing. I also don't want to delve too deep into this one since I have no means of recording my own Nintendo Switch, so I want to wait until the Steam demo comes out, but I'm confident on the gaming community's opinion on this one, and just by looking at it myself I can tell you how promising it is. The fact that most of these games are using pixel art is amazing since it means that rarely any of these games need a beast PC to run it, so it makes it available to a bigger audience right from the get-go. The prices on most of these also seem not to be absurd. Most of them sitting on the 20 to 40 euro range, Octopath being the exception since it is a AAA game made by a AAA studio. Overall, I think it's been a good couple of months or years for turn-based RPG fans, and it's only going to get better from now on. Tell me in the comments what you think about turn-based RPGs, tell me also if you have some recommendations for me to try out, I'm always down for some good games. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future content, but other than that, this has been the Retro Den, and I'm out.